action.
Oh.
Yay! It's happening! Hey, welcome to Riot Fest Day 2. Still kind of freshish. The porta potties are still kind of freshish. Smoking Popes are on the Riot stage. And Brick and Mortar are joining me. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
And I have to say a happy belated birthday to John.
Dude, thank you so much.
So what are we doing to celebrate?
Well, it's my 45th birthday, so I don't know. What do you do? What do you do when
I
you're
think
45?
that's the platinum birthday. Yeah.
45 is a new 32, you know?
Did Brandon get you? Did you get him some jewelry?
It was also my
Did I
birthday.
get him something?
Yeah.
No, I don't even get my brother and sisters anything. I'm kind of awful with birthdays.
Well, you did wish him a happy birthday on Facebook, which is really all that matters
Of course.
nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, me and Takon kind of share everything, so it's not really like.
That's true.
Plus, like, I know for a fact he still gets awesome birthday cards from his grandma and stuff, which I'm really jealous about.
But you share everything, so then it's your birthday too.
He doesn't share his birthday money with me. That would be so. Imagine if I demanded that. I was like, yo, can I have some birthday money?
It's like 50-50, like everything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, how do you feel about that?
I didn't like it. I was trying to do the Ben stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you two have known each other since what, middle school?
Yeah.
And it's been Brick and Mortar proper for what, like 8 years now?
I'm not good with years.
2010, right?
Yeah, it kind of like it's all blurry because
All the drugs.
a little bit of that,
And
but
alcohol.
mostly just because of the fact that like we always just made music. I mean, we only changed the name of stuff because
Sure.
it sounded kind of different, but a lot of the stuff kind of evolved over from the instrumental stuff we did do as Black Rhythm because that was like what we did as instrumental.
Sure.
But that was never like we never toured on that or anything like that. This band's where we did everything as I guess an actual band.
Yeah.
But for us, it's hard to tell because it's like I guess this band's like, it's like it's that old, but it's actually like just as old as when we first met in a certain weird way.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
roots grow deep with Brick and Mortar. So why has it taken this long to do a proper full-length album?
Mostly because the music business is awful and labels don't know what they're doing.
True
Well, no,
that.
we were never really given an opportunity.
Yeah.
We're supposed to put out a full length. We were on Photo Finish that was connected to Universal, and then basically like Universal split apart. Island of Def Jam dropped all the bands that weren't like super popular. We never got to put an album out, and then we kind of had to put out Dropped as an EP because legally we had to.
Oh, yeah.
And then we decided to start working on this record, and we're just trying to make the best record possible because we don't really care about pumping songs out. We want to try to make the best album we can.
Sure.
And also not do the same thing over and over again. But really, it's not like we planned to not have a record. We kind of just situationally made the best of each problem.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Pledge Music website, which I have pre-ordered my album. All I know is it's the new album. Is there a title yet?
I don't want to say there's a title or not a title because I just don't know. I'm not going to, I really decide those things. We all decide those things, really.
Sure.
I mean, I'm one of those people where we all have to agree, really, and I ask multiple people around my life, and so does John, what they think, and it's hard to decide really what an album's going to be called,
Sure.
you know?
Songwriting is like, we'll take a song and we'll probably rewrite it maybe 10 or 15 times before it actually becomes a song because we kind of treat our songs like babies, you know what I mean? We're kind of like, but we always like reinvent it. Like we always reinvent our sound with each song, by keeping the same kind of like essence of my drumming and Brandon's vocal and stuff, you know what I mean? But
Also, like, you ever see, like, two baby, angry toddlers or poop in their diapers, mad at each other, fighting all the time? That's also how we get when we're writing songs. But we've been friends for so long that, like, I don't know how other bands do it, but, like, when me and John are passionate about disagreements, we'll really just go at it.
Fight?
Yeah, not, like, physically, but really just...
Hurt each other's
so
feelings?
yeah. But it's one of those things where, like, we've known each other for so long. Like, John was my best friend growing up. So there's no filter. I mean, Richie and our tour manager do it all the time. They're like, you're both children. You're both wrong. John, you smell like coconut. That's on a conspiracy. Okay?
That's
Same
that's not a
subject.
terrible thing to smell like.
coconut thing. This is the whole little anecdote about that coconut
Why
thing.
does John smell like coconut?
Well, I got this Old Spice deodorant, right, that kind of smelled like coconuts. And
That doesn't make any sense.
yeah, and for whatever reason, I guess it was just like, I don't know, we were just on tour, and I was like with Brandon for like 24/7.
You're leaving out. You're leaving out a crucial part of this. John swipes his deodorant under each armpit like 20 times, every
Yeah.
time.
Well, it was we're
It's
on
better
tour.
than none, so.
That is true, but
That is
he
true.
keeps count for each armpit.
But he counts each one, so the smell is really intense. And we're like, "You smell like coconut," and he was like, "I don't smell like coconut, bro." And it burst out into this huge fight. We're like screaming at each other at
Just
7 in the
over
morning
the
about
scent of,
coconut.
like,
That sounds like a wrestling promo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know that scene from They Live where Roddy Piper is fighting the other guy for 9 minutes over a pair of sunglasses?
Yeah, that's basically what it's like when me and John fight, because it becomes about everything except for the coconut. It's not about the coconut smell. It's about all the other stuff.
It's about the unsolved resentment, which you need to work out.
It's about John coming over when I was young and my family was poor, and he'd come over to eat my dinner. You know, he had dinner at his house. He'd come over and eat my dinner, and he's like, "Oh, it's a funny joke." One time he came over and flipped my whole room up. That was a joke.
And how did that make you feel?
Not good.
And John, now
So
that you're
it's-
hearing this, how do you want to respond to it?
He doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Brandon.
He's the indifferent
And I-
husband. He's like,
and I'm-
whatever, get back in
see,
the
this
kitchen.
This is why it doesn't work, because John's not willing to say I'm sorry.
Oh my God, it totally works. Have you heard Dead Moon? Amazing song, which you can get right now. It's available on iTunes and stuff. And you should really get on the Pledge Music and just pledge the money for the album.
Oh yeah, we're really supposed to be. We're not good at.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
That's all
you
right.
know?
So I want to know what makes you qualified to break up with people's legitimate relationships. That's something that you can actually buy on the Pledge Music Drive.
Probably because I guess I get dumped a lot. I guess I always, I've consistently been dumped. So I figured I want to flip. I want to see what it feels like to dump someone else.
Has anyone bought that yet?
No.
No.
It's probably
It's a hot commodity.
it's best if they don't.
You want to get out of your relationship but don't know how. This is your man. And you get a free album.
I'm your guy. Please don't buy it, because I didn't think about how awful it would be to call someone.
Oh wait,
All
I
right,
think
so-
you guys are gonna have me do that, right?
I don't know if you want to.
I don't.
Can we add on to the Pledge Music? Can we add on maybe if somebody was interested in a girl or a boy, could they pay you to get a free album, and then you go maybe start the Kindle, try to start a relationship?
I would call somebody and be like, "Listen, Bobby, Kyle really likes you, thinks you're hot, and he wants to go to the beach with you," or something. You know, like I would do that.
That would definitely seal the deal for me. All right, I know we got to run, but I want to talk quickly about your website because it's a .net, brmr.net. I got a big problem with .nets. So I assumed the .com was taken by some weird, like, Mortar porn. It's
No,
always porn.
actually, it was taken
Yeah.
by this couple that like does
Bob
all
and
their,
Marion!
They do all their like travel videos where they
my
do
God.
like different movie poses in the
Yeah.
places that are from where they're visiting.
That's way more
It's
worth it.
horribly
Yeah, it is.
adorable.
It's ridiculous.
Have you reached out to Bob and Marion?
I haven't, but we should have.
You should.
It is ridiculous because I remember seeing that. I was like, really? This is what this is? But it really is entertaining when you watch it.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, we need to get your .com back. Bob and Marion, if you're listening, we're coming for you. Yeah.
Don't
And your
take it
blood.
from them. They're in love.
All right.
They're in love. They're obviously more in love than most people. I mean, come on. They've consistently been posting vacation photos.
Yeah, right? You should break them up. You should totally break them up.
No,
and then you'll get the
no.
website.
No, that's terrible.
All right, when are we going to see Brick and Mortar in Chicago next?
We're not hitting Chicago on this next tour, no? Maybe.
We're not hitting Chicago this tour, but we definitely will be back soon. We
Yeah,
love Chicago.
hopefully
so.
2017, unless we get like a later December tour or something. But right
Yeah.
now,
We'll come back. Chicago loves you. And thank you so much, Brick and Mortar, for stopping by from Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends, and enjoy Dos Equis responsibly.